What you got there, Brady?
I'm gonna. Calm down.
Is that a Sega Saturn controller for the Nintendo GameCube?
That's not funny.
Oh, well, I'm trying my best. Welcome to welcome to Season 2 of the podcast.
Are we just doing Season 2 now? Is this like...
I have no idea. I don't know. I was, apparently I have an IMDb page, or was it TV Trope or something, or whatever, and, like, every episode I've done is listed on whatever it was there, and it always...
podcast?
No, of Nitro Rad. And, like,
I was like, what?
And it says, like, apparently I'm on, like, Season 5, according to this show. It's like, yeah, this is Season 5, Episode 3. It's like, when the fuck was I doing seasons? Who just decided what's a season? I don't know. I consider myself on Season 3 of Nitro Rad.
Yeah.
So I consider season, like, if I had to think about it, I consider Season 1 everything I did up until I made that new intro.
Yeah.
When I had that old one where it's like... I don't know.
I remember that.
That was like a shitty intro I threw together in my bedroom. And then I had the one I did in the film studio.
Yeah.
And then, like, Season 3 is, like... I don't know when Season 3 would start. Probably when I revised it a little bit. Got rid of the F sound in Nitro Rad. Because it kind of had that F sibilant in there. Because, like, the voice synthesizer isn't perfect. Probably around, like... Oh god, what video? I'd say the Mario videos. When I did review all the 3D Marios. Yeah. That onward is Season 3. And now I'm still in Season 3, baby. No, I'd say the start of this year when I changed up the intro for Halloween, that's Season 4. There's a lot of people that, like, I don't get it. There's a lot of people that see that new Halloween intro and they think it's my new intro. They're like, I like the old intro better. Please bring back the old intro. It's like, it's the Halloween intro. I'm doing Halloween stuff. It's what the intro and the outro did. This is how it's been every year. It's just a different one. And I don't have the word Halloween special.
All time, every year. Just have a Christmas opening. It's like,
God, I don't do Christmas.
Have that
I don't do Christmas.
shitty, like, like with the snowflakes.
No. A lot of people ask me, like, hey, are you going to do a Christmas review? It's like, no, I don't. I like Halloween. Yeah. And Halloween's an excuse to review horror games, which is one of my favorite genres. What do I do for Christmas? A snowboarding game? A winter themed game? I don't know. There's like...
Snowboard kids.
Christmas doesn't really have a genre associated with it. Plus, I don't... The older I get, the less I'm into Christmas. Christmas is just really stressful for me.
I'm just not into really any holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
But I love Halloween. I love Halloween, though. But, like, anything else, I'm kind of like, yeah, that's something that you just kind of do, whatever. Yeah. But I don't care about Christmas enough to want to do, like, big old thing. Yeah.
So, it's been a while since we were able to get together and film. We just had to do a guest appearance at a convention. At a local Canada-vention.
Canada-vention. Yeah. This is the first convention we've ever been guests at. We did panels, which was really nerve-wracking because I've never done a panel before.
You had to do 5. I only did 1.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I had the bulk of it.
Like,
well, one of them we did together, the Mario and Sonic one. But that first panel I did, which was I did like a underrated platformers panel, and most of them were just games I already reviewed on the channel. So if anyone in the room like knew, like none of them was a Nitro Rad panel. They're all just general topics. So I assume most people going to these panels were interested in the topic. It didn't necessarily know who I was.
There were quite a few people that...
there was quite a few people that, like, did know who I was, which is strange. It's like, who fucking... Nova Scotia is the most, like, bumfuck nowhere province in Canada. One of them, at least. So it's
Mummyville.
Yeah, Mummyville.
Bunch of old people walking dogs.
God, just, like the Gibdos and Zelda, they'll slowly walking, and then they scream every now and then. But that first panel I did was a nightmare for me because I didn't know what to do. So I was sitting there and everyone was just staring at me and I said nothing for 2 minutes. And then the assistant guy comes up, he's like, where are you going to go? I was like, wait, I thought you were going to tell me to go. He's like, no, it's your panel. You do what you want. I was like, oh, hi, welcome to Underrated Platformers. And I felt so embarrassed. In my head, that whole panel went awful. Everyone told me it was fine.
It was fine.
But it was just like, that first time stage fright. All the other panels I felt went fine. No.
My panel, like, I felt that because I was like,
I think you did really well with your panel.
Shit. Yeah. The turnout, I was not expecting that type of turnout.
Yeah.
Like, I know you probably don't know who I am, but, like, just even the fact that you want to come to my panel, I was just...
Because you were advertised as your Twitch name, Captain Amiibo.
Yeah.
So, what was your panel?
My panel was about building the Ultimate Amiibo collection, whether... And that can be, like, very, like... subjective, like, as to what term that is, because you build whatever you want as your ultimate collection. That, whether it being a specific series, specific characters, like, the whole 9 yards on that. But, like, it was all about, like, preparing for, like, campouts if you were worried about it being a popular one, checking for prices, as well as just, like, seeing locally if you can pick it up or if you have to buy it online, and following pages that can keep you updated. Yeah, it was really cool. And then, like, people were asking me questions on stuff, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, I think you ended at, like, a perfect, like, oh, there's exactly 10 minutes left and the rest is questions. Yeah. Some of mine were like that. Some of mine, like, I was running out of time. Like, they're holding up the, you have 2 minutes left. I had to rush to the last couple of slides. But I think it was the horror games panel I did that I had 10 minutes left for questions. That one was good. Yeah. But, like, yeah, you were just kind of able to, like, culminate all of your experiences and just, like, kind of share some, like, advice. Yeah. And I was really surprised, like, a panel about amiibos had this many people show up to it. That was really interesting.
Yeah, and, like, people came up and they were like, yo, like, this and that. And, like, someone I kind of knew actually came up with their Switch with Mario Kart, and they were tapping some of the amiibos. I was like, yeah, go ahead. I was like, go ahead. Like, I was like, if anyone needs to tap anything, right?
Yeah, because you brought a bunch.
Yeah. But, like, yeah, it was super cool. And, like...
You also showed, like, kind of, like, where the ideas came from. Like, how they tried that before. Like, we talked about, like, e-reader cards and stuff like that. And I was able to bring in my e-reader, and we could show that stuff off.
Yeah, we touched on that. As well as, like, we showed off the dramatization of, like, Amiibo Scalpers.
Oh, and we
like,
showed Amiibo the movie.
Yeah. Which was really cool.
That thing holds up better than I thought. Yeah. Except for, like, some of the eye lines don't match, because it was before I really understood line of axis when I was, like, in film school. But, like, I think the thing holds up pretty well. It's still a pretty entertaining piece of... Yeah.
There were quite a few chuckles, and I was like, yeah, people are enjoying this.
Especially that ending with Ron Polanski. The Departed bit where, like, you're Mark Wahlberg, you come in with the bags on your feet. That's...
It was pretty good. But, like, Halcon was pretty cool. Like, we got treated really nice. The staff was wonderful.
The staff was awesome.
Our assistant was, like, always there, like... Yo, do you guys need anything? Blah blah blah. But, like, when we first got there, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do anything and everything, like, to kind of help you out. And you were like, so, like, if I want, like, a taco, like, could I send you out to do that? And then, like, he was like, yeah, I mean, like, that's no problem. Like,
and I said that as a joke, but apparently that's what he's actually for.
Like deep down, I was like, he doesn't have to do that. But, like, I'm like, I really fucking love Taco Bell so much.
No, because I thought it was just to, like, show us where our panels are going to be and go get us when we needed us. But no, like, if we needed anything, I needed him to get some cables for a couple we got him to get like a whiteboard for one we did.
Yeah.
That was, like, weird having an assistant.
Yeah.
That was so weird. Yeah, it was neat, though. He was a really cool guy,
he was a really cool guy.
Easy to talk to.
Yeah, really easy to talk to. Just really energetic, really happy to do what he was doing.
He wasn't that much older than us. He was only like 28.
Yeah, 28. Really cool guy. But the staff was, like, awesome.
Yeah.
Like, there was like a kind of like a VIP thing to get together. You had it home because you wanted to work on some of your Nitro Rad videos,
because
Halcon,
the
Halloween special.
Yeah, I was really worried that attending Halcon for like 3 days in a row was going to cut into, like, that last Fatal Frame video I was doing. So, like, I just went home and I barely finished that in time for Halloween.
Yeah, so I decided to go as to represent both of us, just to kind of be polite. And it was a very nice, like, thing, very formal. But, like, like, I was walking out with, like, the head guy that was, like, for the special guests, and, like, we were kind of walking down, and next thing I know, I'm getting into a car with, what's his face? Ash Barker.
Ash Barker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and, like, we met up with AJ Fry, and then I was just like, we're in a car, like, where are we going? Like, I thought this was, like, in the
I didn't. This is the first I've heard
it was off. It was off in, like, a hotel, like ballroom place.
Oh, okay, so it was like a nice venue.
Wow. Dude, they had, like, little small, like, cheeseburgers.
A little Royale with cheese.
Little Royale cheese, little Regal cheeses.
Wow.
And it was super cool. But it was awesome to go to Halcon as a guest.
Yeah.
There was this one asshole in the vendor room when we were walking with our assistant, and he was getting pissed off because the vendor room is always full. It's always full. It's crowded
as hell.
And he's bitching and complaining, and goes, "It's like I've been talking to you for like 5 minutes now to move out of my way."
No, he said 20 seconds.
Yeah,
It's like, I've been saying excuse me for 20 seconds now.
blah, 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 this and that. And I was just like, wow, nice of them to talk to staff like that.
Yeah, and it was our assistant. He has the Halcon staff badge, and he ended up just like pushing him out of the way. He's like, I've been saying excuse for 20 seconds now.
And I'm like, you're not going to last here at all, buddy. Like,
the whole time I was just like, oh, can I kick that guy's fucking ass, or will I get kicked out of here?
I think it was like a half hour in afterwards, and I was just like, I'm still pissed about that. And like he was laughing. He was laughing like he's like, guys, you don't need to be mad about that. I was like, no, like it's one thing to like kind of get like irked about like it is crowded. However, when you announce something like that and it's very busy and like people can't hear because you have people talking all over the place. You're a fucking asshole, man.
A little brat.
Yeah.
Man, there's also that one, like, Ricardo cosplayer. Ricardo, what's his last name?
Oh, Ricardo Milos. There was a guy cosplaying Ricardo Milos.
And it was just completely naked except the
he had the
and it was, like, big to make his dick look giant. And he was, like, going around and people were laughing at him. I was like, and then our assistant just goes, that guy's gonna have more clothes on in 30 minutes.
Yeah, he's like, if he keeps walking around like that, he's gonna have clothes on in 30 minutes. It was like...
And we didn't see him the rest of the day. We probably did, but they probably made him put clothes back on.
That.
It's like, a little too risque for a public showing, like, public event like Halcon. That was a good costume, though. He was, like, really, like, really fit, too. He was rather
fit, and then, like, I looked at him, like, I kind of, like, glanced, and then he went, like that. That's what got me laughing. I was just like, oh my god.
That guy was great.
Yeah, but
a little much for Halcon, though.
Yeah, convention did kind of take up some time for your work schedule, as well as like it took up time for me to fill in shifts that I had to take off for it because I work retail, right? I'm not independent independently like stable like
your schedule is always different because that's just how retail is. They give you the hours, they just need people to work, so it's harder to like.
And I can't like I can say no, however, that's going to affect like my relationship with like my boss and stuff because like I need to stick to filling in those shifts. I need to stick to doing the shifts that I'm given, and like if I'm taking time off, I got to make up for that because everything has a consequence in a sense.
Yeah, so we just have not been able to get together for like this whole month because your schedule's just been packed and shit.
Yeah, so like I feel bad about that, but it's like there's not much I can do.
Yeah. So this will probably go up on the 18th. Yeah. So it's like we're late to them on this one.
Yeah.
But, I mean, sorry. I mean, I put out a pretty meaty blooper reel of all the bloopers from Haunting Ground all the way to Fatal Frame 5. Like all the Halloween bloopers, and people seem to. Like, I don't know if many people watch that, but I got a couple of comments say they really like that.
We forgot to ask for questions.
Oh shit!
Might as well.
We always forget to ask questions. Okay. So let me just make a post right now, and in like 40 minutes, hopefully we'll have some questions. It's a Saturday, so people will probably be not at work or school right now, so maybe... Okay. Podcast questions?
Hurry!
Hey, Brady and I are literally filming the podcast right now, and I am dumb and forgot to... post this ahead of time, lol. Post your questions below. Hurry! Alright, publish now. Well, oops! Shit! I need to stop fucking forgetting to do that. I'm so bad with that. God, what's the matter with me? So what else happened that we did? Is that pretty much all we did at Halcon?
Aside from like the panels.
Oh, I got a Hilux print. One of the artists there. It was actually a guy I went to college with. I didn't recognize her. It was I recognized the guy, but I didn't recognize it was I think Dylan went to had class with her.
Yeah.
But because she's an animation student, I never really saw them much. But they drew like a Hilux print, which is like that's not something you'd really expect to see.
And like if you knew what it was,
and they just gave this to me for free because they're like, hey, I recognize you. Yeah, she recognized me and she knew I did the Hilux video, so she like, here's a little Hilux print. I love that. Love that artwork. Let me focus on that. Yeah, look at that. That is beautiful. Super good. I'm not gonna be able to get focus now.
We were doing a panel and like I think someone said like Hilux to you and like I got this print up there and then you were like, where did you get that?
Yeah.
And then like for a half hour we're wandering around. I'm like, I'm getting tired of like looking for this place.
Hall, looking for. I was looking for the person that made that, and I couldn't find them. But then like
I stopped and I was like, hey, how's it going? Blah blah blah. Yeah. Oh, you got more JoJo pins. That's cool. Hi, Alex. Hey, James. Hi.
Alex. Yeah. Oh, I got a copy of Knights on Saturn.
Oh yeah, I found Billy Hatcher and the Giant Fucking Egg.
Yeah, and I also got Ribbit King. It's a game I've wanted for a long time. I actually I literally wrote an excuse to include Ribbit King B-roll in the Super Lucky's Tale video I'm working on. So I'm talking about like
how cutesy it is.
More so, I really miss like medium-sized studio games. I miss B studio games. When you just go into a Blockbuster, you'd see all these weird stuff you'd never even heard of. And Ribbit King is the example I use because I remember as a kid, I went to Blockbuster, I saw Ribbit King. I was like, what is that? It looks really cute. My mom was like, hey, is this like Animal Crossing? Because she knew I liked Animal Crossing, similar kind of. Because you would
always see it like kind of like around the same selection.
But I looked on the back and it was like a golf thing.
Golf.
And I was like, it's not. I thought it was gonna be like a town thing. But years later, looking at Ribbit King gameplay, it actually looks fun. Actually looks like a lot of fun. Because I used to like Mario Golf Toadstool Tour when I was a kid. It would like after that, I had friends that had that. So yeah, like golf games, I'm not like crazy into, but I could play like a cool spin on it.
Yeah, I played Mario Golf Advanced Tour.
Yeah,
because I could never find a copy of.
You brought that here one time and
Toadstool Tour. Yeah, and I remember Nintendo used to have like a website where they would just have like videos on Toadstool Tour.
Yeah,
and they're just like little documentary things about like the characters and like Wario's like. It's like, oh yeah, he cheats like everybody else.
Oh, I remember this, yeah. I remember the first Game Explained video I ever saw was just showing off the Easter egg where if you put a ball into the flower bed, all the Pikmin fly out.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so cool. That's the first Game Explained video I ever saw. So I guess that's it for Halcon.
Yeah. Halcon was an amazing experience, and we're grateful that we got the chance to go as guests.
Yeah, that was very cool. I wonder if maybe we'll be guests at other conventions. I don't know. It's like a weird thing to do, especially like when you have to fly there. But like, I kind of want to go to too many games next year, but I don't know if that'll happen.
Yeah.
Because like, we hung out with our American friends in Hamilton.
Yeah.
We every now and then we want to get together with our American friends, but it's like we gotta find a place to do it.
Yeah, this was 2 years in a row we did that. Because we went to New Jersey.
It's expensive.
And it is quite pricey. And like,
because you gotta pay for a flight, pay for a hotel.
I gotta say
pay for food.
It was cheaper to go like local for us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was definitely.
We didn't have to worry about buying American money either.
That was a pain in the ass.
I hate American money. I don't know how you deal with it.
So many dollars.
Oh my god, your dollar bills are... You have $1 and $2 bills. You have pennies. It's like, they're all the same color, too. You open your wallet, you just see green. It's like N64 games. You have to pull every single one the fuck out to see what it is. Like, Canadian money's color-coded. Yeah. I see blue, I know it's a 5. I see purple, I know it's a 10. I see green, I know it's a 20. I see red, I know it's a 50. I see yellow, I know it's 100. You don't have to... You just like...
You call hundreds yellow?
Done. Well, they're gold. Whatever.
I thought they were brown.
Brown? It's like this brownish. It's like this. It's a golden brown. Yeah. I don't get hundreds often. I think the last time I saw 100 was like when I paid my tuition in college. I went to the bank.
Anytime like I see hundreds, I'm putting it into the cash register, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, that would have been the last time I saw hundreds when I worked retail. You'd see the odd one. You always get that one asshole who's buying a thing of gum and
just to break 100. Yeah.
It's like, how much money do you think's in this fucking till? But people don't realize is you keep as little money in the till as possible, just enough to give change. Because if you get fucking robbed, you don't want to lose all that money. So there's actually like a safe underneath the counter usually that like when you get a lot of 20s, you feed it in there. You feed it down there. You only keep less than like $200 in the till. So if you have $180 in the till and they give you 100, that's you now have less than $100 in your till to do change, and that's not gonna last you the rest of the day. It's like no. Fuck, if you're paying with 100, you better have bought something at least $50.
I know with my store, like, if you break 100, I'm giving you back 250s. Like, that's just how it goes. And
we never had 50s in the till. We weren't allowed to keep 50s in the till. The second we got a 50, we had to put it in the safe.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Shoppers, Drugmart, more like Shoppers banking system.
No, I guess, you're probably rotating higher amounts of money at EB Games because games are more expensive than like ibuprofen. you know,
especially when it comes to like everyone's doing like debit, and like you're so like on the ball with debit. Someone starts pulling out and fishing out money because you already have it like entered in on like the tab, and then you pull it out. I'm like, oh, never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What I would hate is sometimes they would give me the money and I would type in $20,
and then they would
the till would open.
Oh, I have like 60 cents.
Oh wait, I have this. It's like I already typed it in. It's like, and then I have to do it in my head, and I can't because it's like this very specific like to like 2 decimal points. It's like, fuck me. It's like, why'd you have to do that? Come on, no, don't do that. Don't fucking do that. And I would just say, oh, sorry, too late. I already typed it in, and then usually they'd be like, all right. But there would always be those old people like, why can't you change it? And then I would have to like sit there and try to, because we don't have a calculator.
Yeah.
I'd have to. God.
It's ridiculous. Literally, there was someone in the other day complaining about like I think it was like $3 that was messed up, and he's like, no, well, this and that, and then, well, see, that doesn't calculate up to that, and I'm like, well, it's because you returned an item as well, and you had that credit back.
I remember this one time, this absolute asshole actually lives across the street from me. I fucking hate this guy. He's a jerk. I rang him through at Shoppers one time, and I gave him the correct change. He was like, where's my toonie? Because he thought he gave me a toonie, but he thought he gave me something he didn't. Yeah. And I gave him the correct change. And he argued with me for like 10 minutes. He's like, where's my fucking toonie? What the fuck is wrong? He's like swearing at me. And the manager had to come up and like to get rid of him. It's like, Jesus Christ. And I counted the till at the end of the day. Because you count how much money's in there to make sure you're not off. Wasn't off, which means I gave him the correct change.
Yeah.
And then like the next day he came in. He gave me a 20 and he goes, you owe me $1.50, bud. He's like telling me, he's like, I'll tell you what your change is, motherfucker. Because he's like, you got it wrong. I'll tell you. Yeah.
Which
like,
house is over there?
It's that one over there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He's the kind of guy that like he made an error and he thinks he's right, and now he's gonna be condescending to me every time after, telling me what I owe him, even though he was the one who fucked up in the first place.
I'm gonna bang on this door and be like, you owe me $1.50, bud.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. No, he's like a big guy. He's probably like knock your teeth in. He's a scary motherfucker.
I'm afraid a lot of people, like, dealing with a lot of shit, like, the past few years, I've just been like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Hamilton, I'm street ready. I ain't afraid of nothing.
God, no, I'm a scaredy cat. I don't want to like get into conflict.
It's like someone started approaching me in Hamilton, I was like, back the fuck up. Yeah, I was ready to like kill someone. I was like,
don't kill people. That's a no-no.
Mario taught me well.
You get bad karma points for that one. You get closer to infamous rating. You gotta crank that to hero.
I'll just get my demon horn popping out.
Because you've been playing Death Stranding.
Yeah, it's cool.
How much? Because you just got.
I think I'm on chapter 3, episode 3 or 4.
Okay.
And like literally after I got home from the Pokemon Midnight launch, because I had to work that. I was carrying back like my collector's edition because like I think I had 50% of that paid off. And so I opened it up, had the friggin' baby tube in it, and like that thing's like this. It's
big.
Size.
So it's like actual size. It's crazy.
So if I could get like an astronaut suit,
you could like cosplay Sam.
Yeah. But I started playing that, and I was like, man, this is cool. Like, starts off pretty much like how like any kind of trailer would, like, that's usually what they were showing off.
I heard Michael told me the trailer where like the guy's getting dragged away and he like tries to shoot himself. Michael told me that's like the very beginning.
Yeah,
like how it's
literally anything that you've seen was probably in the beginning, because like the trailer we show off in my store right now is basically just everything that starts within like the first like hour. Yeah. And I'm like, cool, and like. So I'm going to like the place where like I meet Guillermo del Toro's character, right? And like
Dead Man, right?
Yeah, Dead Man, and like holy shit, man! Like just the like visually, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it is.
Some parts actually look like real life. Yeah, it's crazy.
And like I'm like walking through like this open area. There's like mountainsides and stuff. I'm climbing a mountain, and like you get that sense of like lonesomeness.
Yeah.
Because I had to deliver a body.
In the way that like you did in like Metroid.
Yeah.
Yeah. The isolation feeling.
And like I think they did that very well.
Okay.
And like I mean like Norman Reedus' character, he wishes to be alone. He works alone. He's like that type of character. Yeah. He's like...
I see that he'll just sometimes like just kind of say stuff to himself, which is really cool.
Like he...
Like, I wish there was a Starbucks around here, just like little things like that.
He's like, oh yeah, I gotta take the hard way. Okay,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So he starts climbing, and like, I also like the call out. Like, for like 30 minutes into the game, I'm just walking, and like, I'm going, hey, anybody out there? I'm Sam. And then like, after like 50 times, I finally get a, hey, I'm also Sam. Yeah. And I'm like, there we go. That's what
See, what I'm wondering is, does that happen automatically? You get a call back, or does the player have to answer?
They have to reply.
So have you heard someone say that and you replied?
Not yet.
Because that's never happened to Michael either.
Not yet.
So I'm thinking that just happens automatically if you do it where another player is currently. Because I feel like you would be hearing other people call out to you if you had to reply manually.
It is cool though. Like, I really do like the atmosphere, and then like I finally start to experience like the BTS. I think it was
BTs.
The BTs. That's it. And that is terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I'm like, you have to hold your breath. And I'm like...
Pee on them.
I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Michael found out peeing on them gets rid of them.
Yeah.
You can also make pee grenades that makes them run away.
It's pretty cool. And once I finally got to the room, get to check out, like, all the stuff, I just stayed in the mirror and I was making faces and stuff. I love it when he was just like...
Like, because I was watching Michael play for a couple of hours, like, the other night, and, like, the amount of different, like, just random animations Norman Reedus can do in, like, that safe room where you heal and, like, rest and all that stuff. You can go into a mirror and, like, click a button, he'll, like, look at himself or he'll make faces. There's, like, dozens and dozens and dozens of just random animations. They must have had Norman Reedus in the mocap studio with all those cameras on his face, just getting him to do, like, hundreds of just random things.
I watched that panel and he's like, I had to be, like, at Kojima Productions studio in that like suit with all the balls like stuck to it and like that big giant head camera. And I was like banging into like Mads Mikkelsen and shit, and then he's like, and then like the next day I would have to be back in like filming Walking Dead, and I'm like, I'm dead tired.
See, that's the thing where I feel like they kind of because L.A. Noire was like one of the first. I think it might have been the first game to use that like super detailed facial capture technology, and it was crazily good. Where they had like a million cameras looking at each other's faces. But since that was recorded independently from the mocap, the language between like the head movements and the body language didn't match, and it felt like a little clunky. Some people would say it's uncanny. I didn't think it was uncanny. It's just like, this is still video gamey feeling. It doesn't quite feel real. But with Death Stranding, they have like the head cameras. They're getting that stuff together. And that clunkiness is no longer gone. Like this is like just head to toe, like completely synchronous movement.
Like, at a proper level, right?
You know what ruined L.A. Noire for me? When Robbie pointed out that every single character in the entire game has something around their neck to mask the seam between the head capture and the body capture. So you'll see, like, if it's a woman with like a dress on, she'll have a very conveniently placed necklace that's very tight, just to mask like where the head capture stops. And if you look closely, you'll see like where all the very subtle, very detailed movements in her neck suddenly just stop underneath that necklace because it's no longer being captured by those high-def cameras. That just kind of ruined that game, the way that game.
Is that why I was watching? I knew something was off when I watched the blooper reel, because like there's a blooper reel of L.A. Noire.
Yeah.
And like it's literally them just like dude will start sneezing and it's like coughing and...
Oh, it's because that's still mapped onto the mocap, the motion capture that's like not.
And they're trying to do their takes, right? And I'm just like,
that's interesting. That was an interesting hurdle to get over. Yeah. Like you just have to have the head mounted cameras with all the dots on their face to keep getting that facial capture. Like that is such a very like nuanced and well put together game. I mean, the conversations surrounding that thing when reviews first went out were just really confusing. I didn't know how to feel about it because every review was like, it's fucking boring as shit. No one's gonna like this 10 out of 10. I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah. I remember because we were in a Discord call.
Yeah.
And we were giving them off like what we thought it was going to be. I said 83.
I said 78. I thought the Metascore was going to be 78.
Yeah. I got an 83. I got an 83 review.
Is it still 83?
I don't know.
There's probably more reviews.
It probably has like gone down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Or maybe even gone up maybe by a point.
Metacritic. Not that, like, I mean, scores are so subjective, and in a way, it's like...
It's all about how you perceive the game.
It's still
83.
90 reviews.
This boy got it.
User score is 6.2.
Yeah.
So it's again, it's the kind of thing that, like, not everyone's gonna like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, I still think it does look a bit too dull for me to pay full price for it.
Yeah.
But it's a first-party Sony game. All of those games go down in price after a couple months. Maybe Black Friday I'll get it for a little cheaper. And I do want to play it probably before the new year. So I can, top 10, annual top 10 games of list contender, so I can get that.
I can tell you this right now, I'm not disappointed with it so far.
Okay.
My most hated game of 2019 is Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD.
Because you were telling me about that, and I was like, no, I like it a lot. Then I got to the point that you were telling me about, and it's like, no, fuck that game. Yeah, God, I have never in my life experienced a difficulty spike so relentlessly, so unforgivingly high. You get to, I think it's World 7 Level 2, it's just impossible. That level's just
and, like, you
impossible.
already have enough difficulty from, I think it's World 4, 5, and up.
Those levels are fine.
And, like,
They're
that's
fine.
okay. Like, that's okay. Like, that's the difficulty I'm okay with. However, once you start getting up into 7, that's when everything is just, like, it's your fault. Too bad.
You have to balance on these very tight beams, and you can't control the camera. The camera is always just behind you, so you kind of got to balance yourself. Like Monkey Ball controls, getting the camera, like kind of nudging it around. But you can't do that on a tight beam. Plus, you have to jump from beam to beam because there's a jump button. And I really liked the idea of a jump in Monkey Ball.
The platforming was cool.
For some things like that, it just doesn't fucking work. And I can't... Robbie and I tried, like, passing controller back and forth for, like, an hour, and neither of us could finish that level.
The platforming in it is cool. I'm okay with that. If you were to give me a goddamn free angle camera... If you gave me any kind of, like, if I could have it just rotate anywhere around the orb that I could see where I'm going, especially, there's one level in World 7 that is literally leaving you in, you have to go up this rotating pillar that's going at a high speed, and because it's going at a high speed, you don't have turning power. Because you start getting sucked into it, or you get sucked out. And with no camera...
It's like you're going to flush down a toilet.
It swim up. It is... I hate that game.
Yeah, no, like, I was liking it until then, and the thing is, like, they heavily advertised it with the fact that you can play Sonic.
You can play Sonic.
You have to beat the story mode to get Sonic, and those last couple of like, I don't know about World 8, there's World 7 and World 8, the last two.
I'm not playing anymore.
And I can't fucking do it. I might go back to it and try and get through it, but it's like, God.
I think I'm at World 7, 8.
Do you know why they remastered Banana Blitz and not the first two?
Why?
Because Banana Blitz is actually the best-selling Monkey Ball game by, like, a large margin. Because it was on the Wii, and it just came right time, right place when the Wii was flourishing, doing really well.
No, it's not
Monkey
good.
Ball game. I think it sold like 5 or 6 million units.
The only thing that's got going for it is its party game, and
they removed a lot of them from the original version, though. There's way more in the original.
Yeah. I feel if they were to do Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, like the 1 and 2, the 1+2, it would have done so much better.
That's what they should do, is they should remaster Deluxe, because you get 1 and 2. I want to play Super Monkey Ball Step and Roll for the Nintendo Wii Fit. You can do on the balance board and
what the...
That's the thing, like, Monkey Ball 2 was actually the last one with no, like, peripheral gimmicks. Everyone after, it was like, oh, this one, you use the touchscreen.
Who the hell is this asshole?
This one, use a weird remote. I don't know, they introduced a lot of weird characters. I spat everywhere, sorry. Yeah, this one, you, like, use the Wii balance board, and you just, like, lean on it to tilt the stage. There was one on the Vita where you had to use, like, the tracking pad in the back of the Vita.
That's dumb.
They all just got gimmicky. Banana Blitz HD is the first non-gimmicked one because it's just back to tilt stick.
Just give us Super Monkey Ball Deluxe.
Yeah, put that. The thing is, if Banana Blitz does well, maybe they'll remaster Deluxe.
The thing is, though,
Deluxe is fucking awesome. Monkey Ball 1 and 2 are really good games. Yes. They're really good.
But no, you had to give me one with a broken camera. Thank you.
Yeah, that jump just stops working.
Because I was so excited for it. I was like, Super Monkey Ball, Super Monkey Ball, Super Monkey Ball.
Because I played the demo and on the Japanese eShop, and the 3 levels it gave me, I was like, I could see myself getting into this because I love Monkey Ball Deluxe, and like that with a jump button, I was like, okay, this is a little different. This is a new game. Yeah, I can see this being fun, and I was enjoying it. I don't like the boss fights either.
Yeah,
they were just kind of like they just kind of felt like they were just there.
World 4 and Up's boss fights were stupid as hell.
They're just annoying.
Yeah, because like literally there was like you get hit once. It's too bad. You have to start over.
Yeah, you get knocked off the stage because it's every boss is either I just have to fucking sit here and wait for it to do the thing so I can hit the weak point,
or you can be careless and just jump at it,
or you have to you can do that too, or you have to like climb your way to the thing and just pray it doesn't knock you off in one hit.
Yeah.
They're either tedious or they're just annoying as hell.
So. Yeah. You want to get good scores. You want to get good money. Get Super Monkey Ball Deluxe on there, dumbass.
Yeah.
Hat in Times, cool.
You finally playing Hat in Time because that finally came out on Switch. I was actually thinking that was not going to ever come out on Switch.
No, I'm very much enjoying it. I didn't know it turned into a horror survival game.
Yeah.
Those statues scared the shit out of me. If you heard me scream when I was playing it, like literally, I should have been streaming it because the scream that came out of me, man, I was...
Yeah, it's those gargoyle statues that move when you don't look at them, and if you like touch them, they start running at you.
Even though I know they move now, I still get like...
Yeah.
I panic and like I start to get tight in my chest because like they're fast. You're
just a scaredy cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of scaredy cats, Luigi's Mansion. Speaking about Luigi's
Mansion.
Your videos for Nitro Rad. We haven't even talked about that yet.
Yeah, I mean, I finished the Halloween videos, right? Because I just talked about the intro, but then we kind of got sidetracked from there. Yeah, I finished all the Halloween videos. Covering the entire Fatal Frame series was really interesting. Because series always have their ups and downs, and like that was a series that like. I had what it was in my head. I thought it was going to be like 1's okay, 2's great, 3's probably as good as 2, and then 4's not so great and 5's not so great. But like, it was not like that hump. It was more of like I thought 1 was like fine. Yeah. It was okay. And then 2 was amazing. I think 2 is one of the best PS2 horror games ever. I think that game is phenomenal. And then 3 I didn't like that much at all. And there's like, that was a very personal thing. I try to get it across very, very as evidently as I could in the video. Like I know it's mostly just me. It's just I just don't like this sort of thing. It's just I don't know. It's just there's so much backtracking. It's one big map, and I was getting so like lost and confused. And the thing is, like when I'm trying to do videos on a schedule, I don't want to spend 2 hours getting nothing done in a game. I want to get through this. I don't want to waste my time. And I get so many comments being like, "Oh, I like getting lost." It's like I understand that, but I don't. I don't. And 4 I liked a lot more. Like 4, I felt like 4 was like not really a step in the right direction control-wise. There's like a lot of dumb shit, but I think it had really great level design and a really fun story. Like you could really sense the Suda51 influence in there because he was co-directing that. Yeah. And then 5 was just like the most generic ass, boring, dumb one ever. 5 was just like 5 kind of sucks, man. But yeah, it was more like this rather than just that, which was interesting because every series is different. Yeah, But yeah, that's a series I've been wanting to play forever, and I've never really played through any of them. I played the first one for like probably 5 minutes at Robbie's house one time. But yeah, again, I finally playing that series. That's another horror series I wanted to get through, checked off the list, and then of course in November I had to do it in November because it came out. Halloween. I did Luigi's Mansion review, so that still also had the Halloween intro, which might confuse some people because they're like, "Oh, I guess the new intro now," but it's just.
Well, I remember you making a tweet. It's like, Halloween's going in November, and I was like,
but the thing is, like, only a fraction of my audience is going to see that tweet. Maybe 2,000 of my 200,000 subscribers are going to see that tweet. Is the problem with social media because I only have 30,000 followers. That's
certain followers are going to be on certain platforms.
Yeah, I just wish everyone who was subscribed followed me on Twitter, and then I could, if I tweeted something like, "Hey, this is going to be this way," everyone would know. But
well, I mean, like that's like me with Twitch and Twitter. Like people are following me on Twitter, and people don't know I stream, and then that's why I have to post on Twitter, and then people get annoyed that I'm doing that on Twitch, and everything's like, just follow everyone on everything.
Yeah,
please.
You know what I never understood is when people are only on Instagram and nothing else. Instagram just seems so lackluster to me. Like, there's so much little room for interaction and posting threads and stuff. It's like you post a picture and there's comments and that's it. I don't understand people that only do Instagram. It's like Twitter is just what that's always been the big one. Maybe Facebook, because you can like pages and see stuff that way. That Facebook's an okay, but I feel like Twitter's just the best way of getting that across.
I remember because I never used Twitter until like after I think I started socializing with you. Yeah. And then I was like, Twitter's actually not that bad.
Yeah,
like
Twitter's an awesome way to interact with your audience.
Yeah, better than Facebook.
Way better than Facebook. I mean, like, I post on the Nitro Rad Facebook page sometimes, and like, you know, and my DMs on that page are open, and sometimes I'll get people messaging me, and I'll try to like answer whatever questions they have. But just Twitter's just an easier way to do that because I'm always on Twitter. It's because Twitter is where I follow everyone I follow, like all of these like celebrities, fellow YouTubers, game developers. It's all there. Facebook kind of mixes that with your IRL friends, which I don't like as much. Like I'm seeing what's going on with my friend Mike. What's going on with my friend Dylan?
Jim Carrey.
And then like a thing from Jim Carrey. Well, I don't have Jim Carrey. Like it'll be like a thing from like I don't know, like the Daily Show clip that someone shared. I'm like, Facebook feels like it's more for like the people you know personally. Yeah. Twitter feels more like for everyone you want to. Like Twitter's like it feels like a better general.
I think the only thing that I ever do on Facebook is use Messenger. And
same.
Change my profile picture to something more updated.
Yeah.
And that's funny. It's funny because when I do, I tend to get messages, especially from because I have 2 different Facebooks.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say. I'll change my profile picture, and then people will start messaging me that I haven't talked to in years, and they're like, "Oh, I thought you were dead or something," and I'm like, "No, I just don't use Facebook."
Yeah.
So I'm on Discord and Twitter.
A lot of people are all over Facebook. Like I used to use Facebook a lot in high school until I started using Twitter, and I just like Twitter way more. But I mostly just use Facebook just for Messenger because it's like I talk to all my IRL friends every day, and we just do that through Facebook Messenger. It's just a tab open. I have all these conversations going. Yeah, you know, social media. Wow.
Social media. Wow.
It's so crazy that we're all carrying around these devices that we're all connected, but we could never be so disconnected.
Show this device to someone in 1902 and see if they believe it.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't be able to use it because there's no cell phone towers to make that thing fucking work, so good luck, bud. Bring them here.
I left the portal open, so I still got reception.
Like the radio waves going through the portal. God. Luigi's Mansion. You played a lot of that. You got pretty close to the end.
I'm pretty much almost done. I keep going between Hat in Time and Luigi's Mansion.
I remember you told me you were on the magician floor.
Yeah.
That's really close to the end. Really close to the end.
That's after the tomb, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just finished the magician floor. Either way, I did the tomb and I did the magician floor, and I thought those were pretty cool.
I think it might be the second last one. I can't think of what's after that. The last one.
I think I have 3 more floors.
Okay.
So there's the top button and then the 2 more.
I don't remember what the last couple floors are. Yeah. Because I didn't show the last couple floors in my video. Yeah. But God, that game's so fucking good.
Yeah, it is.
It's so fucking good.
I had someone bashing it because it wasn't scary, and I'm like,
it's a Mario game. It's a Mario game. It's a Mario game.
That's exactly what I said. And I'm like, a better way to look at it is it's Luigi. Luigi is scared. He's afraid. It's not about you being scared. It's about Luigi being scared.
That's the point of it. Yeah. It's a comedy adventure game.
Yes.
And it's you're not playing it to get scared. You're playing it to laugh at Luigi because he's really adorable and funny.
In comparison to older ghosts, from the older series, they look different because that's what they assume that the characters would look like if they were in a Mario game, right?
Oh, I've got the animation
I think it's fantastic.
Incredible. It is the
fact.
I think it's the best looking Nintendo game they've ever put out.
The fact that Luigi doesn't just go ah.
Yeah.
He literally is shaking, stiffing, and when he turns the flashlight before he turns himself.
Yeah, his posture changes when he's scared.
And I think Charles Martinet's performance in that is probably one of the best
ever.
Yeah,
ever.
Yeah, because I love his interactions with Mario.
I say it in my video, and I'll say it again. Mario games, they have such a small vocabulary. You know, it's the same canned phrases. Wahoo, let's it go. Yeah. But he he has such a small range, tiny range. He only has a couple of words he's allowed to say, but he gets so much across with just that and noises.
So much emotion.
So much emotion.
I love his interaction with Polterpop and
it's
like Polterpop, it's good.
That game is like so wholesome and heartwarming. Yeah. Speaking of wholesome, heartwarming games, I've also been playing new Super Lucky's Tale.
Yeah. How was it?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. It's like my consensus in the video is like, it's not amazing. It's not going to blow your mind, but it's a competent, decent platformer, and it's super charming. The characters are adorable. It's pretty good looking. And yeah, like it runs pretty good on Switch. It runs at a good. I'd say some areas the frame rate's a little choppier, maybe like 25 FPS instead of a solid 30. It's mostly just like that first hub world and this one other level I had like a little bit of a stuttier camera. They made a lot of improvements over the original version. I actually watched a bunch of clips from long plays of the Xbox version because I never played on Xbox.
Because originally I was like, that's why I wanted an Xbox One, was just for Super Lucky's Tale and the Rare Replays, and I don't need it anymore. Because
if they port Rare Replay to the Switch, Xbox One's worthless, baby! Yeah. Unless you want Halo and Gears, but I don't know.
Forza and all those weird games.
Yeah, Forza looks good. Like Forza Horizon, those games look fun. Cool. Yeah, like I mean, PlayStation got Gran Turismo, but I gotta say, like, I think Forza's way better.
Forza is definitely a cool looking game.
Yeah. It's actually Forza, not Forza.
Oh yeah.
Which is weird. I don't know why.
I hear Forza. I hear Forza. I hear Forza.
But the reason I bring that up is because I love the Giant Bomb guys. Jeff Gerstmann's big Forza fan, and he's always talking about Forza. But when they started getting into Dragon Ball and started like talking about Dragon Ball, he keeps calling him Frieza instead of Frieza, just from that verbal habit of calling him Forza, and it drives me nuts. I don't know if he still does that, but he did for a while.
Because I remember people calling Frieza Frieza. And I'm like, yeah.
Bro, Alex had a friend that would call him Gogeta Gogeta.
I know people who would call him...
But it's Vegeta! It's not Vegeta! Why would it be that? God!
Go get a new fucking book to look up his name.
Go get a fucking life dweeb.
I know Vegito was one.
Vegito! Yeah. Oh my god.
And I also...
the sun's like, I'm just exploding with overexposed.
I also know someone who called... Vegeta Vegeta, because he's like, yeah, they're named after vegetables, and it's like, his name is Vegeta.
What's Goku? Oh, Kakarot.
Yeah, it's cool.
I got the burps now from drinking all that water so fast.
Gogeta is still like...
Gogeta. Oh my...
Vegito and Gogeta.
Oh my god. Rick and Morty season 4 premiered. I watched it. No one's talking about that. Rick and Morty, again, I'll admit, I like Rick and Morty a lot. I think Rick and Morty's a great show, but fuck people that like Rick and Morty. It's just one of those things where, like, it just sports and flaunts that very, like, narcissistic, condescending sense of humor that just attracts the worst people.
Yeah.
I would argue
rather than it makes fun of it.
I would argue Lisa the Painful RPG is the same way. Fantastic game, but it just has that edgier sense of humor that attracts the worst humans.
Yeah.
But season 4 premiered, and I didn't see a single soul talk about it. I didn't even know it was out until someone was like, "Hey, yeah, it premiered 2 years ago, 2 days ago," and I was like, "Wait, what?" It was a good first episode.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Like literally, I had a dream last night.
Yeah,
I had a goddamn dream last night of Rick and Morty, and I was like, "This is actually kind of funny, haha." And then like I woke up and I was like, I think I will watch Rick and Morty. I think I'll finally take the time to watch Rick and Morty. I open up Discord. One of the Discord chats I'm in, someone sent a picture of some Rick and Morty sex toys.
Like
One of Pickle Rick, and immediately I closed Discord and I went, "Yeah, fuck Rick and Morty. I'm not watching it."
No, like, I don't blame.
That's the quickest I've turned on something.
I do not blame anybody that has such a strong distaste for that show because the conversation surrounding it with all the shitty fucking fans and just can't watch it because of that. Luckily, I was able to view it before I kind of was aware of that because some of my coworkers watched it and I just gave it a shot. And what I like about Rick and Morty is I don't necessarily find it funny all the time. I mean, there's some good jokes, but I just really like they introduce these really fascinating pseudoscience concepts. Like it's always like this really interesting idea. The new episode, they find these crystals that show you how you're going to die.
Yeah.
But how you're going to die is always changing because it's based on your current future. So Rick wants them because if he's in a shootout, he sees when he's going to get shot, so he can not get shot because he sees how he's going to die. Okay, and then he goes to shoot. But Rick sees himself dying with the girl he's in love with in high school. And then he like, drinks a glass of water or something, and then it changes, he's gonna die a different way. He puts it down, and then it's, like, back to that. So he's obsessively doing everything that makes it so he has the future where he dies with the girl he likes. Yeah. And Rick ends up getting dead, and so he has to upload.
Ends up getting dead.
He dies. So he has to upload his brain back into a clone of Rick, because that's just what happens when a character dies in Rick and Morty. But Morty doesn't resurrect Rick because he sees if he does that, he doesn't die with Jessica. Oh. So Rick ends up in a different dimension. His brain gets uploaded into a parallel universe. And there's a running gag where every universe he wakes up in a tank, it's like this fascist Nazi one, and like by the third one he's just like, fuck this, and kills himself. The fourth one he's like, Heil Hitler, and the Rick of that time is like, what are you fucking talking about? I was like, oh, thank God. It's a good running gag, but like that's just a really interesting idea. Like it's just cool stuff like that. My favorite episode of Rick and Morty is the one where they accidentally split themselves into two ongoing timelines that are slightly out of sync. That episode's so fucking cool. But yeah, I just like the interesting ideas that series explores.
I just feel like my relationship with the idea of me watching Rick and Morty is like, I feel like I'm the boss, and I'm like, yeah, you're getting a promotion because you did a good job on this, you did a good job on that, and they're just like sweating because something's about to go wrong, and then when that thing finally goes wrong, it's like, you're fired, like, throw it out and walk off. I'm like, all the chances gone.
Another thing I watched Paul Rudd's new Netflix series, Living with Yourself.
Oh, yeah?
Where it's Paul Rudd living with a clone of himself. Really, really good show. Check that out, Paul Rudd's new thing, because I watched the Paul Rudd on Hot Ones. I fucking love Paul Rudd, and it's a good series.
I started watching that Green Eggs and Ham.
I hear that's
Netflix
really good
thing.
too.
It's cool. It's cool.
I hear that the animation team actually went through hell.
Yeah.
It was awful getting a thing produced, but that's just like, that's also the most expensive thing, Netflix, because a hand-drawn animation costs so much. I don't even know how Warner Brothers made all those Looney Tunes shows back in the day, because it would cost like so much fucking money to do that.
Yeah.
Hand-drawn animation is like expensive, man.
Well, Warner Brothers was like, boom, like big, right?
Yeah. So I guess so. If anyone can afford it, it's them. And nowadays, it's all about making as much money as possible while spending as little as possible, so everything's done in Flash with rigs because it's cheaper. Yeah. And it sucks how money kind of dictates the quality of stuff these days. It's like, we can't afford it, but we'd make more money if we don't. It's like, well, fuck. I miss traditional animation. So when you see a thing like Green Eggs and Ham, it's like, it's beautiful looking. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Speaking of animation, I watched the Captain Underpants movie finally. I wanted to watch it for a bit since I first announced it, because I grew up reading those books a lot. Again, animation in that movie is brilliant. It's the kind of animation that, like, it's 3D, but it respects the original 2D keyframes from the original illustrations. They had a lot of great references to the books. They had a part where it was like the Flip-O-Rama.
Oh my god, I was just about to say the Flip-O-Rama.
I love Flip-O-Rama in the movie.
My god.
They do the thing where Harold and George straight up pause the movie like, this part's too disturbing to show, so we have to show you via Flip-O-Rama. And they narrate it and everything. It's like, oh my god, yes. They even have the part where, the beginning of every book, it would start with them fucking up the sign by rearranging the letters. There's a background gag where someone is doing that in the background at one point, so they do have a reference to that. My God. It is like super childish. It's just a kid's movie, but it's worth seeing it if you grew up with the books. It was super well done.
I love Captain Underpants, but I also love Super Diaper Baby.
I remember Super Diaper Baby.
Spin-off. Yeah. I love that.
I don't think I read it, but I remember that being a thing.
I remember doing a book report twice on that. Grade 4, and then it was grade 2, and then grade 4.
Yeah,
and I was just like, Super Diaper Baby, baby,
Diaper Baby,
yeah, baby, oh yeah, baby.
All right. So, did you want to head on into Patreon questions now?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get into it.
When I last refreshed, we had 13, so we actually got a good chunk.
Oh wow.
17. Wow. Okay. Thank you guys. All right. So. First question from Crimson Aurora. What were your favorite childhood movies?
I love the Alvin and Chipmunks, like, Around the World in 80 Days movie.
I thought you were going to say the live-action one.
No! God, no!
They came out when we were teenagers, so that would have been,
But speaking about movies, man, Sonic the Hedgehog. Like,
we forgot to talk about that. Let's do that before we get to questions. Yeah. That new model looks way better.
Yeah, no, I was Very pleased with it. A lot of good references to Green Hill Zone, Hilltop Zone.
That Green Hill Zone shot looked really good.
I don't know. It feels so much better that they redesigned it. They took a lot of time and a lot of feedback from that. It was
didn't Tyson Hess do the new design, the illustration that they based it off of. It wasn't even just the new design, but that trailer was a much better.
Yes.
Did a better job of communicating what this movie's gonna be. It was a better tone. They picked a better song for it.
Gangster's Paradise.
It was so bad. Such a
it's edgy ugliness.
And it's so weird. I still think it hits that uncanny valley in the way that Alvin and the Chipmunks and the Smurfs movie does. But that just happens with anything. You
but it's a better adaptation.
But it doesn't look disgusting. Yeah, and God, I went back and watched the first trailer again right after. I forgot how bad it looked.
It's so bad.
It's disgusting.
It looks like someone had a bunch of spirit gum, fuzz added to them.
Yeah,
and it because he has muscles and calves and things, and that's something he shouldn't have.
He's got the proportions of a chimpanzee. It just doesn't look right at all.
Especially when you see him start jogging in place, you see his arms dangling and stuff.
I don't know what the fuck they're thinking.
Yeah, it's so bad. But I do hope there is going to be some bonus content where it shows either scenes or have full
some people have been saying they would like to see a Blu-ray extra scenes with the original Sonic in there just to see what that would look like. Because the thing is, they probably don't have the whole movie like that because they probably stopped and redid it before they had the whole thing. But they would have some scenes done.
Yeah.
I would like to see a cut of the movie that just has Sonic removed entirely, Garfield minus Garfield. I thought that would be great. All the characters just talking to this invisible nothingness, and there's nobody talking back to them.
Another good thing I would like is maybe a joke, because I know they have the U.S. military in it. It's there's been sightings of this alien, blah blah blah, and it looks like this, and it's good God, that thing's hideous, it's awful, it's ugly, and it's just the original design.
Principles of photography would have been finished long ago. So unless they did a reshoot,
you never know.
Or something, but if they included that on the Blu-ray,
I think it's gonna do a lot better now.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is really good move on their part doing that, because people are talking about this in a positive light, and that wouldn't have happened if this is what it looked like to begin with.
Yeah.
Also, he has gloves now, but I forgot before, he didn't even have gloves. His hands were just white. It's what are you doing?
They were claws and literal hedgehog hands.
Yeah.
It was not good.
Disgusting.
I was also looking into it. The hotel scene where Sonic's spinning around the hotel room.
Yeah.
If you look in the corner, he actually has that animation cycle of him trying to keep his balance in Sonic 1. I got nice little references to that type of stuff.
That's really cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure the movie is a video game movie. It won't be great. But, at least it looks way better.
Now I'm not going to see how it's going to tank. I'm going to see how well it's going to turn out.
I feel the same way about it now that I feel about Detective Pikachu. Because I was I wonder how well that thing will do. Because the trailers look fine.
And Detective Pikachu did fantastic.
It did. It was okay.
I think it did very well from a child's perspective.
Yeah, it was a well put together movie, but thinking back to the thing, some of the acting was shit and the plot makes no sense in parts, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And Sonic movie will probably do similarly now. So we want to go back to podcast questions.
Crimson Aurora
favorite childhood movies.
What's their child? I like the Chipmunks Adventure, I think it was called.
Okay.
I used to watch that a lot. It was on YTV.
Yeah.
That was probably one of my favorite childhood movies.
My favorite growing up was Home Alone, the original Home Alone. I watched that so many times. I loved Home Alone. What else we got? Caleb Young asks, what is the worst a jump has ever felt in a platformer? The worst a jump has ever felt. I know there's games where you jump and it just doesn't feel like you're really coming off the ground properly. I think I wasn't Torque's jump like that? I don't remember.
Maybe. I know
you guys are asking me stuff that require a lot of thought.
When it comes to jumps, only one that partially sticks out is Crash Twinsanity's jump.
Oh yeah.
Part of it, I know Crash Twinsanity, I absolutely love that game. However, sometimes I felt like the jump was terrible.
Yeah. All right.
The double jump got you nothing. As well as a little bit of Jak and Daxter, but I still think Jak and Daxter's
that's one
better.
thing. I don't like it when games have a weak jump and then a double jump to make up for it. When you could just give me one strong springy jump like Mario or Banjo or something. That's what I need. All right. What's on my Christmas list this year? We're adults. We're adults. We buy other things for other people for Christmas. Christmas lists. We're not fucking children. That's the McDonald's receipt.
One McDouble, a junior chicken, a Thai sauce, and a French fry, please.
God, every time my mom asks me, "What do you want for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, nothing. I don't know. I don't need anything.
Yeah, like
buy me jeans.
When
I guess.
people ask me that, I'm like now I'm to the point where it's like, buy me clothes.
Yeah, just buy me clothes. That's all I need.
Of course, I want like a video game or something.
I want Under Armour for Christmas.
But maybe, I want to not be cold.
Man, I don't know. Maybe I maybe would like to try that new Star Wars game. Maybe, I don't know. Like, if I want a game, I buy it. I have an income. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you been to Mexico? No.
Nope.
The only other country I've been to is the U.S.
Yeah, we've only been to New Jersey, and you've been to
New Hampshire and Maine.
Yeah, you've been to a lot of new places.
Yeah. Ever plan on playing Kingdom Hearts? Despite what people say on social media, the story and lore are really intriguing. That's a bold statement, and I respectfully disagree. And Brady disrespectfully leaves the room. Nintendo has asked you to make them a Waluigi game. What kind of game do you make? Okay, now we got a good question. Okay, well that's for someone else already made. That's already been made. Someone's like, "Hey Brady, make me a Waluigi game. It has to be original. What do you do? What kind of genre would it be?" Because think about it, like Wario is more of like a puzzle brawler kind of thing. Luigi is like an adventure game through a mansion. What would Waluigi be? What would Waluigi be? Because Mario's a platformer. Wario's still sort of a platformer, so it probably wouldn't be a platformer.
It would be like an adventure.
It would be more adventure-ish, like Luigi's Mansion. I would make it very strange, like the same kind of humor you see in like WarioWare or like Under the Skin, kind of like degrees of weird. I would make it like a...
What, like, literally under the skin, like, you have to disguise yourself as, like, Mushroom Kingdom residents, fit in, so you can get, like... Maybe there's, like, a Mushroom Kingdom celebration. Waluigi isn't invited, and he's like...
You gotta go in, maybe scam people.
Yeah.
Like, pretend to be someone
The more money you get, it's, like, the more believable disguises you can get.
It'd be like an organized crime thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like an adventure game where you do, like, organized crime, but it's, like, petty stuff that, like, you know...
With a lot of, like, jokes.
Waluigi's, like, sort of a villain, so he's stealing stuff. Yeah, it would be like this organized crime adventure game.
Yeah, I think
but with high emphasis on comedy.
Yeah,
like that weirder comedy you'd see in like WarioWare. That's what I would do. That'd be cool. Yeah, there's your Waluigi game. What's your favorite Mario enemy? Not bosses, just regular old enemy guys.
Charge and Chuck.
I love Charge and Chuck. I love Spike. Cool. I love Spike. But though I've said those in videos. What else do I like a lot?
I love Shy Guy. Like, Shy Guy's probably one of my favorites, but
Shy Guy's classic.
It has to be between Charge and Chuck and Shy Guy.
I love the blooper design from Mario Sunshine. Yeah. Is one of my favorites.
They're called Blooper Goopers in that one, aren't they?
Gooper Blooper's the boss.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is the boss. But they're just called bloopers, but they're Delfino bloopers.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Alolan version. And I love the idea of a different region version of enemies look slightly different. There's also the jumping bloopers, which are adorable. Yeah. But I love that Mario Sunshine blooper. So I'd say that one. Nice, I love those things. They have the little snouts where they can spit paint too, which like works with like the whole game's theme around paint. That's super, super good. Mood asks, what's the biggest improvement you've seen in a series from one game to the next? I would say not really one game to the next, one version of a game to the next. Metal Gear Solid 3, and when they did Subsistence, they added the 3D camera.
God, yes.
That was good.
That was really good.
I was going to say Wind Waker, but again, that's the same version of a game. I'm trying to think of, like, what's a sequel with a huge-ass improvement? I guess Metal Gear Solid 4 added the third-person aiming, which I liked. Also, you can crouch walk, which was super handy. Like, what's a game where, like, there's a quality of life improvement added where it's just like, fuck, yeah. Mario Sunshine, I love that spin jump, and I love, like, the controls just felt even tighter. Mario 64 going to Mario Sunshine is, like, a huge leap in just, like, control feel.
Would you say the controls in Mario Odyssey are better than Galaxy?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Because I feel like there's definitely... It is so much better.
I don't think I would, like...
But, like, I wouldn't say, like, put them side by side, because I feel like they're two different.
Yeah.
But I guess Mario Galaxy 2 is... same engine.
Yeah.
But like I guess maybe a little bit of level design was nice going
level design
further on.
Way better too. Oh, Animal Crossing City Folk, you use a D-pad to switch tools.
Yeah.
So convenient. You didn't have to open the menu every time. That was a huge quality of life improvement. Because nobody really remembers City Folk because it was just like, it was too similar to New Leaf. It was just New Leaf with those quality of life improvements. But the quality of life improvements like that were super good. There's another good one. Yeah. All right, yeah. There's a couple of them. If Brady, a Minimal Chill, I keep forgetting to read their names. If Brady had to experience any survival horror game in real life, which would it be? No copping out.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
It's not a survival horror game. There's no survival.
Hat in Time.
It's not a survival horror game.
I had to survive in platform.
He said no copping out.
That's not copping out.
You're copping out.
All right, Jesus Christ. I don't know. Like, I would die. I would literally end up dying. Why do you people ask me this shit?
Because it's funny.
It's not funny.
It's funny.
Would you consider Death Stranding a survival horror so far?
I mean, I haven't played it myself, but from what I've looked at it, not really.
God, fucking damn it. Knowing that I suck at survival horror games, I guess, like, Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, you want Raccoon City? The biggest epidemic in the whole series? That's what you want to go through?
That's the only one I played? Let it fucking kill me already, then.
Alright. How comes your Star Tropic video are not in any playlists? Oops, I'll add that to a play. Like, I didn't realize I was in there. Because everybody makes mistakes, and I'm not good at organizing my fucking channel. Because I'm dumb. That's why I didn't realize. Please review The Darkest Fairy. We know you have it. China McKellar. I do have it. Yes, that's something I want to do sometime. But keep in mind, there's also 7 trillion other games I want to review at the same time. So it might take me forever to get to that. Travis Ishide, I don't know how to say that. Do you think some video game movies should be animated rather than live action? New Sonic movie comes to mind. Yeah. Like, I mean, they did the Ratchet & Clank movie. Sly Cooper's becoming a series. Like, those would be examples, but those are ones they actually are animating.
Yeah, don't make Mario real life. If you're ever going to do a Mario movie, just make it like...
Yeah.
Make it like Luigi's Mansion 3, Mario Odyssey, like, style, like, and then just give us a plot to the movie.
Yeah, the Mario movie is going to be animated by Illumination, which sucks. Whatever. I mean,
I think that was actually like canceled. I thought that was canceled a while ago. I don't know. It's been a while since I heard anything about it.
Yeah, me too. Maybe, I don't know. I'm
still sitting here waiting for the Metal Gear Solid movie.
Yeah. Sonic movie is a good example. Yeah. Like, if they just made the thing look like Sonic Unleashed intro, like the whole make a movie out of that. I can't think of like any video game movies that exist that I think would be better live or animated other than the original Mario movie. Yeah. Mostly
every Pokemon movie that was ever released was like originally like animated. Like,
because there's a lot of ones that you forget about because like they made Detective Pikachu. It was like no, but every Pokemon movie before that was animated. Pokemon. Same with like Street Fighter. There were the live action ones, but there was that animated. There was an animated film.
I know Machinima like did like a series of like Street Fighters, they actually did rather well. Like I think it was a nice adaptation.
I think maybe it was Machinima or someone else. Maybe it was Rooster Teeth. Somebody a while ago did like a Mortal Kombat web series.
Yeah. And I know like Screw Attack had like the Sonic movie like that.
Oh yeah. That thing was bad.
That thing was bad. They also had a Mega Man
just distributed. It was Blue Core Studios that made those. I think Screw Attack just helped with it.
Yeah.
Because I remember like Stuttering Crag was in it. AVGN was in it. Nostalgia Critic was in it. God.
Brental Floss was in the Mega Man one.
Brental Floss.
Oh no, he was in the Sonic one. Because I remember he walked up and he was like.
Yeah,
that's a taint.
The egg carrier goes by. That's a taint. Oh my god, fucking
taint carrier.
Yeah, I can't think of any specific examples because everyone I can think of, there was an animated version. Yeah. If I would to see one that I would like to see animated though, animated Donkey Kong movie.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Yes.
Animated Donkey Kong movie.
Because like if you're gonna like do like some Lion King shit with it, no.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Fuck that.
Have
you played Super Lucky's Tale? What are your thoughts? You already heard them. Wait, also, what's the most Silent Hill-esque experience I had? When I was big into amiibo collecting, I wanted to get the Lucario amiibo. Because he was my main in Smash 4 back in college. I love Lucario. If you can't tell, I love Lucario. It's my favorite Pokemon. And I really wanted that Lucario amiibo, and someone tipped me off that Toys R Us was getting restocked. So I went there in the morning, and it was snowing out, but halfway through, it's probably like 8 in the morning. Like, Toys R Us, I think, opened at 10, but it was Sunday, so everything else opened later. So it was just this wasteland. It was snowing, and it started snowing really hard when I was halfway there. So by the time I get to Toys R Us, it's just a wasteland. It's not like foggy, but it's like so I couldn't see like a meter in front of me because there was so much snowing so hard. And it was still dark out because it's winter. It's like early. I think it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. It's before the sun really came up. It's still like kind of darkish, and there's not a car in sight. There's nobody around. As slowly as I start walking towards the area, I just hear "Moni Moni" by Billy Idol slowly fade into this wasteland.
Right, because they have that.
Yeah, because the speakers never turn off. It was surreal, and if I ever make a apocalyptic movie, I'm gonna have a scene like that where it's just like the speakers are still playing and they hear that slowly fade in. It's just this music that just does not match the mood, and it's just really surreal. I
think the only experience I've had like similar to that was driving onto the highway back to my place one night after I filmed with you. It got really foggy and like I could not see anything. We could not see anything, and it was just us on the highway. It was completely dead, and then aside from that, I did a camp out for an amiibo once, and all I heard was like a truck coming off of like the highway that would go around the strip mall into the back, and then all I heard was and then I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It was weird.
Alright.
Yeah, big spooky.
Big spooky. Schmiff Callie.
Once again.
If you could recreate a video, which one would it be and why? I'm assuming Nitro Rad video. If I could like redo one, all of my old ones that are bad, like Star Tropics, Ty, Gex, and Rayman, and Vex.
I would like to recreate a Granicore video.
Well, Alex and I did one, the Tale of Josh, a regular guy.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Of the one
I would like to see us maybe, I don't know, oh God, what was the name of it? Pizza Prophecy, maybe. Pizza
Prophecy is a masterpiece.
I think it's good, but like I would like to see something like maybe redone with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe a sequel, pseudo sequel to it. So Pizza Prophecy 2.
Yeah.
God, sometime maybe.
Pizza Prodigy.
The Pizza Prodigy.
Yeah.
God. It starts with like my dead body getting back up, like on the street.
My head reforms.
God. All right.
My pizza power wasn't enough.
Meyer to Mara asks, I'm currently in the planning process for a game based around the idea of doing whatever you want within the confines of a small town you recently just moved into for a year. You could choose to do anything from being a contributing member of the community to being a murderous plague on the town, with the visuals changing based on your actions. One of the major things I need is ideas for NPCs. We'll need at least 100 to make the town feel alive. Would you two at all be interested in contributing to the character concept? Well, I gotta make sure you're not gonna like make an edgy racist game before we use our likenesses. So,
please don't be racist.
Yeah, please don't put us in anything
homophobic.
Please don't put our name on anything that's gonna like be controversial. Yeah. But I mean, otherwise, like sure, whatever, go for it. Who are some of your favorite voice actors in video games?
God,
I was being a big Paul. I
almost said Paul Rudd.
I almost said Paul Rudd. Phil Lamar.
Phil Lamar is pretty good. Yeah. He did some cool voicing in Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah, he was what was his name?
Kevin. Yeah,
he was also Vamp in the Metal Gear games.
Vamp. He was really good at that. I've always loved David Hayter.
David Hayter's my favorite. Yeah, he's classic for that one role he did in his whole life.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
All right.
Charles Martinet, of course, because he does fantastic work as Wario.
Nolan North is like he's everywhere, but like his performance as Nathan Drake
Matthew
is just
Mercer,
one of the most genuine performance. Nolan, like all the voice actors in Uncharted, the writing and interaction, it's like Naughty Dog has this insanely good ability to pick actors that have bonkers good chemistry with each other. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything.
It's like Troy Baker and Matthew Mercer are always good.
I always like Yuri Lowenthal.
And like, Yuri Lowenthal.
He's kind of in everything.
But the funny thing is, those three there, you usually see them in everything, and it's like it's basically either the salt or butter into like the ingredients. It's like just a little bit of Troy Baker in there.
It is everything, but you just kind of need it's in everything for good reason.
It's good.
I really liked Yuri Lowenthal and as Joseph in Evil Within. I loved him as Peter Parker in the new Spider-Man. He's just good. It's good. It's just good. Have you ever considered being an actor? I don't know. No, I'm not a good actor.
I've done improv and I've done acting in school. That's about it, as well as here on.
How do you just be an actor? I don't know. I'm not gonna like go to a movie and be like, "Hey, I'm an actor now."
You just audition. A friend of mine actually was almost a stand-in for the Sonic movie.
Really?
Yeah. Really? When she was living out in Vancouver, they needed someone about the height of Sonic. And she's rather short, and she actually was emailed, but she was moving back at the time, so she couldn't.
Oh,
and I'm like, and she showed me the email, and I was like, "You're gonna win in a Sonic movie!"
So she probably would have worn like a mocap suit just to be like that, stand in place for. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, like
wow,
it's
bonkers.
Really cool.
No, I never really considered being an actor because I don't even know how to break into that world. It's not something I consider myself like
you need to. You start small and then you work your way up.
I always consider myself much better on the other side of the camera. That's where my skill set is, and that's where I'm more comfortable.
Yeah. That's why I'm on the other side.
Yeah, that's why like I'm not in most Garanicor videos because I like being the one on camera. I like being the one who edits it. Yeah. Any footage available of your HalCon 2019 panel? No.
I am mad because I forgot to ask someone to film it for me, my Amiibo panel. I was hoping to get that film just to be like...
I don't know. I used to follow channels and sometimes they'd upload videos of their panels to the YouTube channel. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this in my feed? And I don't want anyone to feel the same way. So I feel like it's just... I don't know. I don't want to film my fucking stupid-ass shitty convention panel and put it on YouTube. Who the fuck wants to watch that? Maybe you and a couple others, but I mean, it's just...
it would be on the secondary channel, if anything.
And plus, I just hate... me saying everything off the cuff and not really planned.
Because you don't know what you're
being archived, because I'm not good at that. I'm awful at just speaking off the cuff just from bullet points. That's why I write all of my videos and then record all the lines and make sure everything I've said in the video is something I'm satisfied with.
Yeah.
Very meticulously planned and put together. But then it's like me sitting there talking and not coming off as professionally and just sounding like a fucking idiot. I don't like that. I don't fucking like that. I don't want that out there. I don't want that out there. So
and then there's just me.
And there's just
I Twitch stream it.
Yeah,
everything's off the cuff.
You're just better at that than I am. Yeah.
I'm just dumb.
Yeah,
I just embrace my dumb.
And that is the last one. I'm gonna refresh.
We got
a couple more. I know the first thing get many views. Have you considered doing any more indie developer interview? Yeah, actually, there's one with the developers of Anodyne, with Marina and Sean that I've been in talks, and we might do that late this month or early next month or something. Cool. That is something I don't know if because the thing is, Sean's living in Japan right now, so organizing time zones very difficult. So we are going to try and do that sometime. So
if he's living in Japan, you're basically going to bed while he's getting up.
Yeah, or maybe I'll have to wake up super early and get him in. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult. Really gonna be difficult to organize that one. But that's one I do want to make happen because Sean and I have talked. We've been on speaking terms plenty of times on Discord and stuff, and he's super cool.
Yeah.
And I've talked to Marina a little bit on Twitter, and they're a super cool bunch, and I'd love to just kind of pick their brains and get interview them together because Marina's more writing and art direction, while Sean is more so the programs and stuff, and I would just love to ask them tons of stuff. Yeah. But that is something I am trying to get to happen.
Thank you, Awesome Hat.
Nikato Salazar says, what's your favorite all-time anime? What's your all-time hated anime? I don't know. I don't really watch anime much these days. Mob Psycho is probably my favorite anime.
It's a tie between My Hero Academia and Mob Psycho.
Okay.
I think they're really good. I mean, my all-time favorite is Kill la Kill. I absolutely love Kill la Kill.
Oh wait, so you the first two are your hated?
No, those are my favorites as of right now.
Okay.
But my all-time favorite is Kill la Kill.
Right now I'm still watching My Hero, but I don't know. I feel like every season that comes out of My Hero, I care about it slightly less. So I feel by next season I might just be I got my fill.
Yeah.
All-time hated anime? I don't know. I never really
watch. I never really hated anything.
I mean, I don't really hate things. If I watch the first episode doesn't click with me, I'm not gonna be like, I hate it. I don't want it to exist. It's like, no, I just don't. Whatever.
I don't know. I don't recall anything that I've ever watched that I really dislike.
Yeah, I can't think of any anime like I hate. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is really annoying.
Yeah.
I know, and everyone's getting mad at me for saying that, but I've never watched that show. It's just like everything I see of that show it's like your experience of Rick and Morty. Everything I see,
you're just seeing like that part of the community
I'm
that
just
you're not
seeing
okay
people
with.
that are just fucking annoying about it, and like I get people like photoshopping me into JoJo references I don't fucking understand. It's like I don't know what this is. This is
That's
fucking
okay, James.
annoying.
I'll get it for you.
Yeah, jeez, it's like. People just throw like terminology from the show at me. And I'm like, I don't know what you're fucking trying to say.
Well,
to me.
like, could you imagine like if like someone walked up to like a toddler and started throwing like 1700s like terminology?
Yeah,
someone.
It's like
they're not going to understand.
It's like you're speaking a different fucking language to me, and you're like you're trying to ask me something, and I don't know what you're fucking saying. Yeah,
that's like if someone was like walking by me, or like they heard a joke I said, and they were like, I laughed at. I had a 3.5 laughter on that scale. Like,
yeah, there's that. I was wearing a funny shirt, and this girl walked past me at a convention like years ago in college, and then I heard them laughing, and then the guy was like, no, was it the girl? It was the girl. She was like, that was like, I'd say a 6 out of 10 on a level of how amused I was. It's like, fucking talk normal! Talk normal, please!
You're not a computer.
God, you're not a fucking calculator. Okay, and I guess that's all the questions. Hopefully we didn't miss any. I'm gonna just go through them all real quick. Gonna make sure we didn't miss any of them. Today's gonna be the day I gotta get it back to you.
California,
right now,
here we come.
We give it back to
the way
you.
We started from.
I don't believe in anyone to feel the way I do about you now.
I got messages.
I cannot sing to save my fucking life. Some people assume I can sing because I'm like good narration voice. I'm naturally well spoken or whatever the fuck, but I can't sing at all. I can't do it. What are you talking to?
We're just wrapping up the podcast.
Oh yeah, we're wrapping up the podcast. Hey! Put a bow on it, ship it, and put it in your mailbox. Hey, so is that... Thanks for watching this episode of the James and Brady podcast.
Yes.
See you next time.
Hopefully
See you next time. See you next time. See you next time. See you next time. See you next time!
That was mean.
I don't know why I did that in your face. I meant to do that in the camera and then it just... Yeah, well...
Jesus.